Today I have a special treat for you, a tour around Munich city center. So if you like what you're seeing, please take the time and like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. It's International Carl doing another video. Here doing a walking tour in Munich. This building here is 138 years old. Apparently it's the town hall. This is Marienplatz. I'll give you a nice tour of this place as I go on this walking tour. Beautiful area. A very old clock exists up there at the top. I'll get some video of that and show you guys.
There were monks living here, and basically not really much happens until 1156. Now in 1156,
well, apparently this is where Munich started by some northern Jewish person named Henry the Lion. I'm just on the back of this church here. Interesting story just told about apparently when it was founded, salt was worth its weight in gold. But it's an interesting walking tour. But apparently, this road here, which is just right off from this church, used to be more of a waterfront. And this is an old butchery. And this butchery has been here, allegedly, according to the walking tour, some 500-600 years. And this was some old riverway or waterfront. She showed a picture. It was pretty interesting to see. Now earlier I talked about that Munich must have been founded by some northern Jewish person. She might have said Duke, so don't quote me on that, but she said the Holy Roman Emperor or Holy Roman Empire, something like that. I thought I heard Jew. Maybe she said Duke. Couldn't tell you. So she's telling us the reason they, bricked up or closed off the water right here is because of the old cholera outbreaks back in the day. Apparently it's the reason why they closed up this waterfront. If I go back, that's where I started in Marienplatz there. So, yeah, doing this walking tour is pretty nice. Gotta keep going. One of the things she just mentioned in the video, in the tour, and it's not lost on me, is that Munich is where the Nazi Party actually started. It started in this city right here. This is where Hitler really set off his whole reign of terror on the world. And she was talking about, I think it's called the Crystal Knock, or, that's when they were like breaking the storefronts of all the Jewish properties. She just mentioned that. But yeah, it's not lost on me that I'm in a city where 70, 80 years ago, people like myself definitely weren't welcomed. And if you were Jewish, you definitely weren't welcomed here because of what Hitler and his minions did to this city and these people. Because one of the things that always strikes me is that the people of Germany are so great and so nice. And it's one of those things that's hard to put your head around, the fact that their ancestors, their great-grandparents and grandparents occasionally did all this terror to the world. And it just doesn't make any sense when you come to know and meet a lot of German people. To know this history about the place is really interesting to think about. So, guess we're moving on the walking tour, so let's keep going. Stay tuned for more. Interesting point here. She talked about the women's dindel, the dress that they wear, the traditional. Apparently how it's, I guess the best way to say it is tied on your left or your right or in the front. Tells you if you're single, married, or whatever. So on the left side, single, ready to mingle, apparently. So that cathedral behind me was built in 1468, with the architecture being brought by the Crusaders when they went to Jerusalem and saw the Dome of the Rock. Apparently these are the tallest structures in downtown Munich. Traditional way for Oktoberfest, for the beer to be delivered to all the halls. Of course, there's no real big event this year, but they're out display. How many hands do you think these horses are? 17? You got the horses right here in front. I'm not sure what type of horses these are, but they're dressed in all the regalia that comes with Oktoberfest that you would see. Really nice to see and experience here in Munich. So, I mean, it's late September, so you won't see this every time you come to Munich, but it's out on display here for the Oktoberfest light, is what I would call it. When you're here in Munich and you come by this residential palace, you'll find 4 lions. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're supposed to rub their noses. And the urban legend goes, only rub 3, don't rub 4, to leave some luck for other people. So you'd be greedy at 4. So rub 3 and be part of the, get yourself some good luck, as they say. So that's the urban legend. I haven't rubbed them, not going to rub them. I don't believe in luck. Luck isn't a thing that's just scattered in the ether. It just falls on people. I think luck hides itself as hard work. Let's see, let's get a close-up of one of these. You see it right here? You're supposed to rub that. Hence why it's so, quote-unquote, clean. People keep rubbing them. Now I'm entering this other plaza, which I believe, if I remember correctly, if I look further out in the distance there, it's kind of like in Paris where you have the Arc de Triomphe kind of out in the distance. But a beautiful church here with this monument here. I'm not sure what the monument is for, but it's really nice. Yeah, there it is. I can see out in the distance. I don't think I can capture it on camera without having to walk about a mile down the road, but there's a arc down that way. Behind me is the most famous beer hall in all of the world. I have a picture of it right here on the screen now for you. But apparently inside there, Hitler's drinking there, kings have drinking in there, presidents of the United States have drinking in this beer hall. I'm in this corner within Munich, which is really picturesque and very beautiful. If you have a look, you can see kind of what's going on in the background there. And it's really nice, you know. Really cool place. But this beer hall here is a must stop inside of Munich. So yeah, that ends the tour of walking inside of Munich and around Munich, seeing the sights, seeing the sounds, experiencing the culture. It's a fascinating city, especially given the fact that when you think about this is where it all kicked off, where, you know, the Nazi Party kicked off and just a rich history. I mean, we don't, inside of Germany, people don't really talk about World War II and the Nazi Party. That's a stain on history because there's more to this city and there's more to these people and this culture than that. It's a stain on history. It's something we all have to learn about and never forget, so it's never repeated. But all in all, it's a beautiful city, beautiful architecture. I recommend it highly if you ever have time to come into Munich to have a look and take one of these free walking tours, get a little more insight that you would normally not necessarily see. And with that, this is International Carl signing off, and I'll catch you on the next video.